So what we've got here is a new Joe-Cat craft guide to Final Fantasy XIV Magic DPS. We've been waiting for this one. I'm very excited. Let's get to it.
Do you believe in magic? Wearing
Yes.
a massive hat? It's a difficult
Yes.
skill and time-consuming at that. And it's magic, the explodious kind. The best roll to make your party go fully blind. I'll tell you about the magic if you insist I must, but if I stand in
Please
AoEs,
do.
then healers gotta adjust.
Healers, why didn't you adjust?
Welcome to a craft guide to Final Fantasy.
Classic. Bigger hat, bigger DPS. Right? Bigger hat, bigger DPS.
The last group of the derps per Cirque's job is the magical range DPS, or
That's
just magic for
me.
short. Look at the hat, nothing up my sleeves. You are the
Love
most
for it.
important person in the party because when the going gets tough, a big hat is required. And the amount of damage you do is proportionally connected to the size of your brim. Where the melee is sniffing up the boss's farts and the range are shouting yo mama
That's
jokes
my
while making love
Bahamut.
to the arena's boundaries. You are the healthy middle, standing your ground till you go down to Pound Town when you found the sound that makes the bad guys frown. You don't do as much damage on average as the melees, instead to trade it off for the utility of being able to attack at a range from anywhere in the arena. With one major difference from your physical range cousin, the cast bar. That little lightish red loading beam that you see just about every other main story quest when you have to search a suspicious bush or
Okay.
scout out for the next place Thancred will find yet another new color of depression. Most of your skills require you to stand perfectly still
Bullying
in order to have your
Thancred? He
big
didn't
numbers to
deserve
go off.
that.
And if you so much as special edition Han Solo your neck to get a better angle at your hot naked tank, your skill stops and everybody sees how you are no longer looking respectfully. Luckily, every single casting job usually has a lewd calendar's worth of tools to circumvent you having to staple your feet to the floor. Which does mean in order to up
Wait. Basically 80% of their rotation. No. Next 3 spells are instants. Weak instacast spell for when on the move. Every other spell is instant. Weak instacast spell when on the move. All casted. That's. You actually like pinpointed that.
floor. Which does mean in order to up your mobility without losing out on DPS, you'll need to learn the right sequence of buttons to press like you're playing a 7-dimensional accordion. That said, there's one universal trick to upping your mobility no matter the job, and that's the maneuver known as the slide casting. Though you normally have to wait for
Love
the entirety
it.
of the cast bar to complete. Little known fact, once it reaches about 4/5 of the way through, you need no longer restrain your movements as though your feet were sweating gorilla glue, and you
so-
can afford a small amount of movement without losing possible uptime. Cool tip, this applies not only to the magic DPS, but any skill for any job that has a cast bar. So you can even be a sliding, slicing samurai. The magic limit break, similar to the ranged DPS, is an AoE that deals less base damage than the melees, but can hit multiple targets. In this case, a massive circle
Summon
instead.
one
Now you can make fun of the
circle.
boss for not moving out of the obviously telegraphed danger puddle for a change.
Idiot.
Boy, do I love throwing stones out of my glass house. The family of magic is made up of 3 siblings. Okay, that's a lie, it's actually 4, but the smallest one kind of went a weird
blue
career path,
mage.
and they're not often invited to the New Year's parties. The black mage is a fantastic job if you're a fan of Cookie Clicker, because you're pressing the same button over and over again ad nauseum to see big number go During rotation, you start out headbanging explosions at the bad guy like a
Jam.
until you're completely out of mana. Then you go into a goth phase, where you chug a bunch of cold energy drinks, getting you back to peak performance where you can go back to
Cold energy drink. Oh, it's
Although
so
you have
good.
tools to keep yourself mobile like the other mages, you will often be the least dancy and find yourself pitching a tent like you just discovered the sniper tower on Rust. It also wins the award for having the slowest leveling
Oh no.
experience
Is that the vault?
ever. Next is a summoner who has gone through so many reworks that odds are by the time this video is published,
Excuse
it'll
me?
have already been changed into a tank job with 4 dots and another job stone.
Hell
You
yeah,
summoned
I'm
the
cool with
dragon
that.
that nearly destroyed the world 5 years ago, which some may consider in poor taste if they happen to have a loved one's name written in the 7th Umbral Calamity Memorial Museum. And after you're done making them relive their trauma, get to double, triple, and quadruple down on using avatars of terror by summoning life-size copies of 3 monstrosities that killed a lot of innocent people. Chili Boy gives you slow casts and a gap closer. Thick Thigh Bird Woman drops
Why have I never thought of it like that? I'm just like, it's so cool, I get to summon primals. It's like, no, this is like trauma for people. What are you doing?
a mildly uncomfortable breeze, and she, as well as Chicken Nugget, turns you into
Chicken
a physical range
Nugget.
DPS, where you no longer have to worry about the cast bar anymore. Suck it,
Hell
Black
yeah.
Mage. After you're finished offending the local countryside, you bring out a big Firebird that'll restore the party's health. Hey, if you're gonna make range DPS obsolete, might as well do the same for healers too, right? Lastly, the Red Mage, the most
Red
fashionable
Mage.
job. You steal gimmicks from everybody else like you're a YouTuber wanting to make more than minimum wage. You've gotta heal like a white mage, but a little bit less thick.
Wait. Yeah. Wait, you guys can't see. Like, this is so accurate. Like, just, I don't know if this is legit, but Yeah, I reckon this is legit, like, how much they probably get. Like, it's so bad. For a video that gets 1.4 million views, it's like $600. Content creation.
The minimum wage. You've got to heal like a white mage.
Wait, that was a disclaimer there.
Minimum wage.
I don't plug often, but thank you everyone who supports me through Patreon streams or even clicking sponsor links. All that supports are way more than YouTube could ever do itself. Yeah.
You've got to heal like a white mage.
And like that's why Pine does a lot of like, you know, the Raid Shadow Legends like sponsors during his videos and stuff, because that like helps him so much more.
A little bit less thick. You've got explosions like a black mage, but a little bit less. And you even get a backflip to your death like a dragoon, but a little bit more sexy. In combat, you flip between using black and white magic attacks in order to build up a mana gauge to spend slashing your sword with a whole lot of sexual tension. Maybe lifting the enemy's chin with the tip of it, saying some threatening innuendo while you're at it. What makes you special, aside from the sick drip and stylish moves, is that after each spell you hardcast with a cast bar, any spell that follows is instant, meaning you only have to sit still about half of the time. Suck it, black mage. This also means you're even more efficient at raising down allies than the healer, since you have essentially infinite swift casts, and the only thing holding you back is the fact that rezzing the whole party will suck you dry like you're an anime boy with no eyes. Red Mage's limit break is also special in that it— Think fast, Juggernauts!
Oh my god.
And now you know how to— Yeah, I didn't forget. I was just hoping that you had. Playing Blue Mage is only a portion of the Blue Mage experience. The rest of it is starting sentences involving the job with the words, what about? Yes, though it may be classified in the magical range DPS category, Blue is unique in the fact that 1, to Blue Mage is to suffer. And 2, it is considered a limited job, so it has to sit in the corner all by itself while the rest of the kids on the playground actually get to hang out. You are unable to play Blue Mage with the other jobs in most level synced and current content, especially high-end stuff like Savage Raids and ERP. Why is this? Because if it weren't, whoever's in charge of designing and balancing the elaborate and complex boss fights at Square Enix would probably be under suicide watch. The Blue Mage's unique power is that it can learn a ton of skills, spells, and abilities from the various enemies and bosses in the game, including but not limited to there's Ultra Vibration and Rose of Destruction and Sticky Tongue Snore Mustard Bomb, Abyssal Transfixion, Quasar Malediction of Water and Fire and Gun, Peculiar, Light Feather, Rain and Shock Strike, Song of Torment and Basic Instinct, Flying Frenzy and Lume, Bomb Sonic Boom, Flying Sardine, J-Kick, Final Sting, Triple Trident and White Wind and Level 5 Petra, 5,000 Needles, kinda sucks. There's Inkjet and Fates and Transfusion and Blaze, Shoko Meteor and Self-Destruct. And now you know how to play Magic. You're welcome.
That was awesome. That was so good.
Suck it, Black Mage.
That was actually so good.
I've always been
really
fascinated.
enjoyed that. Joe Cat is amazing.